what a nice win by the Broncos. Very liberal use of lasers by Dan Tanner putting that together. For the Bo Nix, 29 of 42, 326, 7.8 per couple tutties. The interception was for sloppy and ran for one. I mean, it was a laser show, and the Broncos win by 25. Welcome to it, boys.
Hi, boys. Scotty.
Well, I will tell you this, and here's a couple things. One, boy, Cincinnati's in trouble.
Oh, my God.
Well, it's a little bit of an I told you so,
Yeah.
but
Cincinnati's in some trouble. That's one. But two, isn't it funny, the real first laser show that we've had, although I think I said, what did I say, 24-6. It was 28-3. I didn't think they'd give up a touchdown. That offense is pathetic. But they had a running game.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean,
right?
wasn't it funny? The Bo was able to let go of some throws. He missed one real long one that probably could have added another 40, 50 yards on his total.
He had a couple of drops that probably should have been
You know
caught.
what's amazing? Our running game's actually been sneaky good all year long.
But I like that because it felt like he stayed with it. There was a series, I don't remember a second or third quarter, where they basically ran it 5 straight times. And
I think it was the third. When they came out in the second half, they just made a commitment to it that we haven't seen that style of commitment.
No.
I mean, I was trying to think back the last time that we saw 2-3 straight run calls, like back
Anderson?
to back to back. Well, I mean, it's happened. I think it happened in week 1 against the Titans, but not very often, right?
Yeah.
And obviously
and successful.
And obviously, it's the first 100-yard rusher of Sean Payton's tenure here with the Denver Broncos, which is hard to believe. I'm like, good Lord, man. 2.5 years? We haven't had – wait, how long has he been here?
3 years. This is third year.
2 years and 4 games.
2.5 years. We haven't had a 100-yard rusher. That was pretty sad. But it was fun to watch, man. I mean, the offensive line, they kicked some ass. It didn't matter who was running the ball. R.J. Harvey looked good. J.K. Dobbins looked good. They all looked good.
Yeah.
I got some great numbers here.
I will say this, and they talked about this. I'm going to go back to R.J. Harvey. He's still not disciplined inside the tackles. And
he's getting a lot better, though.
But he's got to get more discipline there. That being said, you want to get him on a swing pass or something outside, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
That one throw he had down the left where he kind of went out and then sprinted along a little bit. I think it was 20 yards down the side or something. Dude, get R.J. Harvey out there with the ball because he's got a little wiggle.
Yeah.
He got some wiggle, and now cornerback's going to try to tackle him one-on-one.
I got some scary numbers. There's scary numbers all over the place. How about this one? Eric Delilah from Broncos.com. The Broncos defense allowed the Bengals to record one play, longer than 20 yards, 5 plays of 10-plus yards. Denver's offense, 5 plays of 20-plus yards, 21 plays of 10-plus yards.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, they also – here's another thing they killed it on too, and you look at the 2 games they lost, they couldn't stay on the field. What were they, like 50-some% on third downs or something?
Try this on
11, right, in the second half? Something like that.
Yes. The Broncos' time of possession, 37:58 to 22:02. And the total yards differential, 512 to 159, is the most lopsided margin in the NFL this year.
That's like a Rocky stat.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like a Rocky stat right there.
I knew the Bengals were not a good football team, but I way underestimated just how bad of a football team they are. I mean, that is as bad of an NFL team as I've seen in forever. Undisciplined, nobody. We talk about Miami losing faith in their head coach. That team, good Lord, man, fire Zach Taylor tomorrow. I've never been a fan of Zach Taylor, but he's got no control over that team. You see Jamar Chase breaking down on him on the sideline. That team is just giving up. The amount of penalties, by the way, like, hey, refs, enough. Like, seriously,
Yeah, the second half was
at a certain
dragging.
point, do you not get embarrassed as a referee for throwing your flag every 2 plays?
Troy Aikman was getting on him a little bit,
I
too.
mean, because it's obnoxious.
Yeah.
It literally gets in the way of the enjoyment of a football game, and I don't even care if it's going in the Broncos' favor. Like, just enough.
Yeah, I'm sure doing play-by-play, too. It's like everything's about rhythm. And, it's like, oh, my God, here's another one. And the game's a blowout. Listen, man, it's 21-3 at halftime. That game was over.
Yeah, it should be.
That game, it was. It was over for the Bengals, too, at halftime.
It was over the Bengals after the first drive, which, again,
they had a good drive.
Defense gave them some yards, but then held them to that field goal.
They did. But, every NFL team you figure is going to, get a field goal here or there. The Bengals didn't get the ball over the 50-yard line after the first drive. They couldn't do anything. How about the Broncos getting home on a sack with Cooper and Benito sandwich on a 3-man rush? 3 versus 6 and they get home. It was, except for the interception. The interception, and Bo, just run that in. Or give it, I don't know, whatever. We're
throwing out the back.
That throw did piss me off, though. It did.
I'm there with you.
Because it was early enough in the game. Like, you had a good lead, and the game was already in control. But it was just so stupid. It was so bonehead. I can't even remember who was running the route on the backside of the end zone there, with the guy that he was throwing the ball to. Mm-hmm. But he would have been out of bounds by the time that ball got to him anyways. It was such a bad decision. It was such a bad throw, but whatever. You know what? Hats off to Bo. He played good football. He played on time. It was good rhythm. He delivered the ball down the field. He had great chemistry with Cortland Sutton. That was a really bad ball. It pissed me off. But he had an overall really nice game.
Well, think about it. You're thinking, okay, here they are. They're going to put 7 up right before half, because that was right before half. And you're like, oh, my gosh, really? You're going to throw a pick in the end zone? And then they hold Cincinnati to 3 and out, and now they get the ball with less time, because I think that was like a 4 or 5 minute drive that got him down there. I think it started on the 20.
It was a great drive.
Yeah, it was
beautiful.
And then you get a
everything
pick,
was great.
you're thinking, oh, well, they're dead. And then 3 and out. You get the ball back with a minute 58 or minute 48.
Yeah.
And you go, boom, 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 boom. Let's score another touchdown.
There's a couple fun twists on that, as Bo talked about afterwards. The goal on that final drive wasn't even to score a touchdown. They were just looking to, we're going to kick it and whatever.
Get some points,
but
and you get the ball.
Cincinnati gets penalized, and it kind of rewired the thinking. Bo said it gave us enough time for the 13 seconds for one shot. So we designed a play for the end zone, one shot, because there's penalties, the clock's stopping. And they got Sutton. It was a beautiful throw.
Use the timeouts. That's right, with those penalties.
And nobody was expecting a touchdown there. But good for Bo, man. He stepped up. He rocketed in there. It was a tough throw, and he made it.
Let me tell you, too, because Tyler's talked about it, and he can explain it more. One of the big things that rookie players, offensive players, specialty players, running backs, wide receivers, struggle with is blocking in the run game or whatever. Great reverse for Mims and blah, blah, blah. But did you see that block Pat Bryant had?
Pat Bryant, yep.
That rookies don't do that.
It was good. Yeah, it was good, man. I mean, it was a bit of a risky block because he didn't use any hands. He was all shoulder on that sucker. But if you connect on it, it's going to be a great block. I'd like to see him keep his head out of it a little bit, but I'll give him an A+ for effort.
How about Mims? We didn't even think was going to play. Had a spectacular game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and he got involved as a true receiver as well. Hey, listen, Scott, I know you've had your frustrations with Sean as a play caller. I thought that was a beautifully called game. I thought it was beautiful.
I don't disagree. I thought the first series, I'm like, come on, we have to go 3 out again. And I'm like, here we go. I'm like, come on, and then boom, boom. I don't disagree with you. I thought he called a good game. And I'd like you to go back and watch the play which I loved it, where they do direct snap to Harvey down the end zone, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I still think there was a hole back inside. If he goes left and a little bit of hole, at least he could have shouldered, lowered his shoulder and got to maybe the one, because they could have still got a first down on that play. And he tries to kick it out wide, and I'm like, come on. And that was the play before the interception, I think.
Oof, I got to think about it. I'm not going to go back and look at it.
I'm not sure, but
I saw a lot of people were online were ticked off the Broncos win for it on 4th down there. I wasn't ticked off at all. That's go zone range for me, man. I mean,
totally
you get down there, you got 4th and short, you're going up against an inferior
opponent. It's 14-3. You're coming up to half. You get the ball back on the other half.
Let's go, man.
I'm okay with that.
Let's put our foot on their throat.
You just got to look. I don't know if we're just ranking, Tyler, the worst offensive lines, and maybe there are worst offensive lines than the Bengals. Maybe the Titans' offensive line is worse than the Bengals. I don't know.
Well, they only gave up 2 sacks, right?
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah, but look at the pressures and the quarterback hits. And you know what's amazing about the Bengals? They didn't turn the ball over. Props to them, because if they turn the ball over, that's how the Vikings put plus 40 on them. And had they done that with the Broncos would have put plus 40 on them too. But, you don't turn the ball over. You're going to keep it in check. But the Broncos were -1 in this game and won by 25 points. That is a bad team.
Yeah.
Bad team.
That's not a good sign. I still go back to even with a healthy Joe Burrow would have been different. Who knows?
You realize they only had 40 plays.
But even when they went to the Super Bowl we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Remember, there was games coming in where Burrow's getting sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
I think you said an AFC playoff record, winning a game and being sacked 7 times or something like that. So that offensive line, they have really done absolutely nothing.
Well,
to
Scott,
bolster
if they
that.
had more than officially it's 43 plays. If they had Broncos had 80 plays to 43. Had the Bengals simply had more plays, they would have suffered more sacks. It just would have happened.
Maybe.
The first downs, this is crazy stat-wise. I'll give you Broncos fans this crazy number. Last week against the Chargers 29 first downs, Broncos 9. Last night, Broncos 29 first downs, Bengals 9.
Yeah.
How about that? And the Broncos still put up points with 9 first downs. The Bengals came up with 3.
And the Chargers stumbling in New York, and you couple that with a win by Kansas City, win by Denver. AFC West back in play.
And no doubt about it.
AFC West back in play.
It can flip on its head like that.